Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Tony, and you're watching The Ride.
In this series, we're going to be driving around with city council members talking about significant projects that have happened in the past year.
Yep. And you may even learn an outside-the-box factoid or two about some of our local leaders.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Tell me how long you lived in Wilmington.
I've lived full-time in Wilmington since 2002, and I grew up in Durham and had a work life in Virginia working for a member of Congress, but my husband was a history professor, and when he retired, I wanted to come back to North Carolina and grow old at the beach.
Now, we asked everybody else about their family, Margaret. I know don't you have a grandchild up in D.C.?
My son, he and his wife and two little girls live in Arlington, Virginia. So, yeah, I have an 8 and a 10-year-old granddaughters. And they're really fun, but they live too far away.
Yeah.
What is your favorite music, heavy metal or gangster rap?
You know, I am a baby boomer, and beach music and stuff like that. That's my genre.
When we were setting this up, what were you saying about you do swimming or yoga or something, Margaret?
Oh, I go and do water aerobics.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love the water.
Do we want to share your water aerobic schedule in case any constituents want to come and bring questions to you at that point?
I try to be incognito, not that anybody recognizes me.
We're going to be talking about the Land Development Code, the comprehensive plan.
I love this stuff.
We're here on potentially a tropical storm force wind day at the old movie theater here on Oleander that's now vacant, and we're here to talk about the Land Development Code, the comprehensive plan, which is obviously one of the building blocks that goes into the Land Development Code, the first step.
And Margaret, you were an active part of the comp plan development. What is that?
But it's really kind of a bird's eye view of what the citizens want for the future of Wilmington. And the concept was to have different nodes or like intersections where you would have services and things so that people could leave their neighborhood, go not very far, and get a cup of coffee or an ice cream or get their hair done or see their doctor and not have to drive all the way across town.
If you don't have the service you need right near where you are, you have to get in your car and go, like to the grocery store. What about the growth, Margaret? I know we're looking at a lot of people coming in a short amount of time, 50, 60,000.
50,000 people.
And that's like putting a Chapel Hill, a whole city right in Wilmington.
It's unbelievable. And we do not have that much land left to continue on with this suburban model that we have had. And that was one thing that came out of the comprehensive plan, is that we need to move from a suburban where everybody has a big yard and a nice house and all of that.
And drives everywhere.
And they drive everywhere, to move to a more of a small urban community where there's more density. And in order to get more density, you're going to have to go up instead of spreading out.
Yeah.
And when you say density, you mean more people within
More people within the same area.
Then you're starting to see more like parking decks as opposed to big surface parking lots like this, because we don't have the land to spare for that anymore.
Well, and look, I mean, it's unattractive. And we want people to bring the buildings more towards the streets so you have much more of a sense of livability.
Where we are now was just rezoned to be not this obsolete old movie theater and a huge parking lot that is not in use into something else.
A mixed use. It has some limited commercial, but it has a number of apartment units. So that was why it was rezoned, because it's moving towards fulfilling what we're going for in the comprehensive plan and how we think the Land Development Code will address this tremendous increase in population that's coming.
When we're getting into the Land Development Code, which is the next step from the comp plan, what the heck is that, Margaret?
Well, the first step was the comprehensive plan. And that, as I said, is sort of a bird's eye view to bring citizen input and develop an overall concept of what we want for the city. So then the next step is the Land Development Code, and you'll hear it mentioned as the LDC, and that's coming up with the details.
Yeah.
That's filling in the conceptual plan with the details on the ground.
Like the laws of what you can and can't do, I guess our ordinances.
Yes, what people can do in certain areas by right.
And there was a need for a modernization of our land development code, right?
Yeah, I think it was, 1980s last time it was?
Yeah, there's no question that we are a different society now from what we were the last time it was done.
And we're just about finished up with that rewrite. I think by the end of the year we'll be finished, and then we'll be starting that public input process.
We cannot stop people from moving here. So what we're going to have to do is try to accommodate that in a reasonable and thoughtful way that protects the people that are here now, but also can accommodate the population of the future.
Well, that's great. Thank you a lot, Margaret.
You
We learned
bet.
a lot
My
today.
pleasure.